Hey, if you're a spiritual entrepreneur, a healer, a light worker, a spiritual teacher, a coach, a practitioner of a modality, or just a heart-centered entrepreneur, let's talk about the really sneaky and insidious beliefs that can come and block our abundance and our ability to make more money, scale our business, and actually have a bigger impact on the world with our magic. So I'm Casey, and I love seeing into people's subconscious and superconscious mind and their energy field and finding out where the blocks to their brilliance are and then dissolving it. And a lot of the time, it's in this programming that is stuck in our heads that we may be conscious of, but a lot of the times we don't even know we are running these programs. So I'm sure you've already done a ton of money work. You already know that money being the root of all evil was actually a misquote, and it's the love of money, and you've been doing abundance work for a while. But what I see that really tend to just sneak in there are these 5 different beliefs that are probably blocking your abundance and your ability to really just be in this beautiful receptivity of all the abundance that's already out there that's just waiting for you. So the first one that is so freaking common is this belief that we need to be accessible to everybody. Now, that is coming from the most beautiful place. You don't want to leave anybody behind. You want to serve people that are suffering, that you know you can help. So you make your services or your programs really accessible financially, and it means you're not making enough money. There's a couple things that are going on in here, but I need to talk about this one fact. If you are in scarcity and survival mode financially and you do not have enough money to pay your bills and you're stressed about that, I'm sorry, but there is absolutely no way you can do your best work. It's just the way it goes. When you're in scarcity, when you're in survival and you don't have enough, you are not freed up to be in flow. In fact, that scarcity energy deregulates your nervous system, and it puts your sympathetic nervous system of that fight or flight energy in, sometimes even the freeze or shutdown, and it is going to keep you from being able to access your full power and your full magic. So when we don't have enough and we feel that scarcity, it literally triggers our survival instincts, and that means we actually don't have the health that we need. We know stress like that downregulates the immune system. It also messes with our intuition. Anytime that you are in that stressed out state, your digestive system doesn't work as well, your higher level reasoning, your analytical skills, none of it is going to function optimally. And we want you, as this beautiful, radiant entrepreneur who's here to help the world, to be in your optimum functioning state, not just survival. So that's one thing. You're not actually going to be giving people the service that they desire that's going to get them the best results, but also you will burn out, basically, if you are giving too much away and you're not receiving to the point that you're getting to overflow. I want to create a movement where healers, light workers, spiritual entrepreneurs are receiving enough that they are creating from the overflow of abundance, which means charging enough for your services so that you are not just squeaking by and you don't have just enough, because that lack of energy, that lack of reciprocity that is commensurate to your skill level, to your service, to the transformation people are getting, is going to drain you and honestly cripple you, burn you out. You're going to have physical and mental health problems from it. And it's from this self-sacrifice martyr programming that runs so deeply inside of us. But this self-sacrifice programming is not the new paradigm way. The new paradigm way is to be in that overflow so you can give from the overflow. And what I recommend doing is thinking about it this way. When you work specifically with the people that you can can afford your help and who are able to give you that energy exchange and who are actually excited about it, then what you can do is from the overflow create free resources, create scholarships, do all kinds of things to fund the people that just can't afford you. So you can still give back. In fact, you can give more. So when you are in abundance, when you are not accessible to everyone with your pricing, you can actually give more to it. There's also this piece around the transformation being part of the transaction. In fact, if the energy exchange is off, people aren't going to get the full power of the transformation that's available, because the energetic exchange actually starts the transformation. It starts the codes to download. When I am super excited to pay a mentor or a healer or somebody that I am going to be working with their money, I pay them and I'm like, yes, this is going to be so good. And the instant that e-transfer or exchange, that payment goes through, I'm starting to download the codes and I'm getting what I need already. It's like part of the energy work that we do. So you do not have to be accessible to everyone. You can help more people if you actually are working with the people that can create that reciprocal energy exchange that's appropriate for your services. And there's so much more that goes in here, but it doesn't mean you can't help more. So, number 2, if I'm not struggling, I'm not going to be relatable. This is a very insidious one, and most people don't consciously think about it. But a big part of what healers and other light workers and conscious practitioners want to be is relatable. They want people to feel like they know the struggles, and they're like, I've been there, and I've seen people actually hijack their abundance potential by carrying this belief that they need to be relatable, which means they need to be in struggle, because otherwise they're not going to understand their clients. And their clients aren't going to get them. If they, get rich, right? Like, oh, if I'm rich, then people aren't going to connect with me. I'm going to not be able to serve my clients because I'm not going to understand them. All of that stuff, that's all just stories. And they're not actually true, because you're still going to have your story. I want you to think that your story needs to be the relatable part. Your story of where you were and the transformation that you went through, that's what people can relate to. That's what people can hang on to. I want you and your frequency and where you're at now to not be relatable. I want it to be a freaking inspiration. I want you to inspire people, not into jealousy. Some people might get that way. I want you to inspire people by showing them what's possible. If you can be an example of what's possible, you are going to be so much more potent than being relatable. Also, if you're too relatable, you're just going to get friend zoned by your clients. Then you're not being seen as this authority who's already been through it, who's at the top of the mountain, and not in terms of a hierarchy, but you've already walked the journey. You've already walked the path. You are where they want to be. So they know that you can download the codes for them about that transformation, right? So you do not have to be relatable through your struggles. Your past struggles are relatable enough, okay? Now, number 3, money is a finite resource. And when I have more, I'm taking away from somebody else. This is playing the old paradigm game of scarcity and survival, where it is a zero-sum game, right? Think about it in terms of resources, like we're thinking of, if I take an apple from a tree, then someone else cannot have that apple. So the more that I have means that other people go without. So this is not how money works, not on earth anymore. We have actually deconditioned or decoupled money from being tangible. Money is ones and zeros now, and it's not a zero-sum game. So you making more, because you're not going to be hoarding the wealth, because you're not going to be sitting on it the way that a lot of the billionaire corporations are doing, you're going to be recirculating it into the economy. You're going to be actually being in flow with money, which money loves. But the other thing is, if someone is paying you for your services, you are not taking away from them. You're not taking money away from them. You are giving to them. It's a reciprocal exchange. If you don't believe that your services are actually helping people, then this belief is going to be harder to get over, right? If you're like, oh, it's just a nice to have, but it's not really doing anything for people, then that's a chance and an indication for you to upgrade your skills. I want you to upgrade your skills or practice to the point where you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that what you do for people is going to change their freaking life. And you need to have so much confidence in that, which just comes with study and practice, by the way. It comes with time, and it comes with the confidence literally comes from doing it and seeing the results. And I think that some people, you might need more practice, but if you know what you do is life-changing, then you should feel so good about having that exchange, about getting money for the things that you are doing for other people because you're making their life better. Like I said before, when I am investing in a healer, in a coach, in a mentor, in a course, in a program, I am doing it because I want that thing. I am not doing it from a place of lack. I am not doing it, and that coach or person is not stealing my money away from me so I have less money. I am using money for what it is meant to do, to exchange for the goods and services that I desire, that are going to help me get the shortcuts I need, the information I want, the support that I desire, right? So your help, your services, it's so valuable, and you need to hold that in your heart and own it. And when people are paying you, you got to be like, yes, this person is so lucky and I'm so lucky and this is so amazing because this exchange is reciprocal. And that means your prices do need to be aligned with what that energetic exchange is going to be best served by, right? You can't price too high. You can't price too low. It's got to be that good energy, but there's a lot that goes into your pricing, but like it's a gift that we are giving each other, right? Like it's not just you stealing money from them. Okay. So number 4, moving on to number 4, this I hear out of my clients' mouths all the time. I don't actually need more money. I have everything I need. Okay, great. I'm so glad. But like literally, we don't need money at all. We need air. We need food. We need water. Like that's pretty much it. And the earth will provide that, right? You can get by with a whole lot less than what you have. You have your needs and then some covered if you are watching this video. But here's the thing. You are no longer here to play in the energy of need and survival and just enough. Again, that is very old paradigm that we need to extract from your subconscious, your nervous system, your superconscious, because it is not the vibe anymore. This changed back in about 2017. The energy is different now, and you are here to thrive, okay? Not just to survive and not just to get by. You came here as the fractal of source energy that wanted to experience life as you. And part of that experience in the past, sure, it was scarcity. It was like, what does it feel like to have not enough? But we have decided as the earth realm, like together, that we are moving out of that old energy and into the new energy of thriving. And you are here to explore, to connect into what is possible, to be in the energy of overflowing abundance so that you can give to others, so that you can do your divine service without being depleted by it, and also to be an example of what is possible. And also, when you're in survival, if we go back to number 1, then you're not in the energy of being able to be in your full magic, in your full power, which is where your potency lies, right? Like it's so, so important for you to have more than just your needs met, for you to be in overflow. So when we are in survival, another thing that happens is that our energetic shields go up. We start to protect ourselves when we are in fight or flight, which is not having enough. Money stresses are stresses that put us into a dysregulated state where our sympathetic nervous system is like, we're not safe. These energetic shields go up, and that decouples us also from the divine current that is supposed to be running through us. It actually puts us into separation from source energy, from different parts of our body, from each other. We are designed to be plugged into the divine current, and it's supposed to flow through us. And we are not supposed to be running off our battery power, which is what happens when we are stressed out. We run off our battery power, and your battery is obviously going to run out. You are going to get depleted. You're going to have less and less energy until you get burnt out and you actually get sick, and you can physically die from stress, like from your body not having the resources it needs, from you just not having enough. So enough with thinking, oh, I already have enough. I want you to know your desires are holy, because you are not placing them from ego, right? That's a different thing, right? When Buddha said that desire is suffering and attachment is suffering, that was from the ego. If there is a desire on your heart, because you have already done your shadow work, you have already done all of this work, and you are this clear channel, if it is on your heart, it is a holy desire for you to grow, to explore, to learn, to experience, to have this opportunity as, again, a fractal of the infinite, to experience through you, through your eyes. It's not a bad thing to have desires. It's not a bad thing to want to have experiences. You are allowed to, okay? It is creation speaking and moving and flowing through you. And right now, money is how we store energy. Money is how we do that. And we'll be like that forever here on earth. But for now, money is essential, okay? And your needs are going to be more than met when you start to play with money in this way, so that you can truly access the fullness and the richness of this life that you are here to live, okay? Your magic is going to explode when you are in overflow. Money is an amplifier. Speaking of amplifying things, belief number 5 is I can't sell my services ethically when the world is on fire, when there are economic, geopolitical, and physical, natural disasters happening. I can't sell my services when a war has broken out. I can't sell my services when there is a fire or a flood or a hurricane, even if it's across the globe. I need us to just take a breath, right? This is the time we came here for. And it is full of the deconstruction of all of the old systems. It is very intense, but it is not going to slow down. It is not going to stop. There is constantly going to be some kind of war, disaster, famine, flood, hurricane happening on the planet for the next little while. And it does not make sense for you to not sell your soul-led services that are here to help humanity at this time. Like, let's be so freaking for real. If any of the big corporations stopped selling just because on the other side of the world, or even a county over, there was a disaster, like, they would never be open, and it doesn't make any sense at all. Now, I am not saying that you need to work if you need to grieve, or if you are in one of those situations yourself. Like, you are allowed to rest, you're allowed to take time off, you're allowed to grieve. But you cannot feel guilty about doing your soul work when stuff's happening on the planet, because it will be constant. I'm not saying you can't take a day off. That is not what I'm saying. But this belief that, like, you should not be working, you should not be open, you should not be sending your sales emails or making your sales posts because it's in poor taste. Obviously, there's a way to do it tastefully, respectfully, but the energy should be, hey, I know things are really hard right now, and I have something that can help. Now, you might want to offer discounts or like donate services to people that are affected by things. You are allowed to do that. You are allowed to do whatever feels right for you. But I need you to put down the belief that you cannot sell and it's completely impossible because the world's on fire. Because the thing is, the world needs your light. The world needs your magic. The world needs your support. Your gifts and services are here to help people. So if you aren't helping the world with your gifts, again, level them up so you are. But this is what the people need right now. They need you. The time is now. And you need to get over the shyness, the visibility blocks, the belief that you're not enough. If you're not enough and you know that to be true because it's not a confidence issue, it's a skill issue, study with me in the Luminous Institute. We have certifications and courses that will help you get the skills you need to change lives. If you have the money blocks that are just kind of in there and you're feeling all the scarcity and survival from the old programming and you're ready to move into more, come and play with us in the Abundant AF Lightworker membership, where we go so deep into rewiring your subconscious and your nervous system and your energetic field to learn to live in the frequency of abundance, to learn to live in the new paradigm and practice being in it. Because the old paradigm is scarcity, it is survival, it is that dog eat dog world where you have something so I have less. But the frequency of abundance is the new paradigm. And when you're in the frequency of abundance, you have access, again, to all your magic. You have access to these soul gifts that are world-changing, life-changing, amazing. It's accessing the quantum field, but it's also accessing the realm of infinite possibilities where you can have solutions to your problems. And this is also the frequency where money lives. So inside the membership, we help people redirect all of that old programming and alchemize it and turn it into light so you can live in that frequency of abundance. We have belief repatterning. We have all of these magical alchemical processes to help you extract that old paradigm programming of giving ourselves away until we are broken, right? Until we martyr ourselves and burn out. And we also have relationship counseling with the energy of money, where you guys get into a sacred divine union because you're already in relationship with money. You are already in relationship with money if you're on this planet and you're of sound mind and body, especially if you run a business. So instead of the anxious avoidant attachment that most of us have because we have all this weird old programming and fear stuff, we want to get you into this divine relationship where it feels good and you can use money for what it is meant to do, to serve you, to fill you up to overflow, so then you can give from the overflow and then you can use the money that you have to make the world a better place, because that is what you are here to do, right? You are here to be of divine service, and I know that. But you are not here to live in that old paradigm anymore. But you do need a little bit of help in really learning how to anchor into the new paradigm. So I am inviting you to join me inside the Abundant AF membership. And you can join me with the code frequency for just $11 for your first month. And then after that, it will go up to the regular pricing. It is a place and space for you to have a vast library of the tools that you need to literally rewire and recode your conscious mind through my evolutionary alchemy processes, through belief repatterning, through the magic of community with people who get it. So if these resonated with you, please leave a message, subscribe, let me know. Follow me on socials, listen to the Infinite Evolution podcast, and come and join our community to be around other cool people who are doing this world-changing stuff. Now, it's not easy to live right here, right now, but we were born for this. You've got this. I'm so grateful you are here doing this beautiful divine work, and I'm sending you so much love. And just know that what you are doing is working, and it's just time to fine-tune the frequency to even more potency and abundance and magic, and we need to have some fun with it too. So I'm sending you so much love, and we'll talk soon.